Good to see you again, Larry. I think the last time I saw you, you and Joe were playing basketball on the same high school team. That was some team. You guys went all the way to the state championships that year.
Yeah, we had a fantastic team that year. Some of those guys went to go play ball in college, but I was too slow, too small. You know how it goes. But actually, I'm at State University now, majoring in business. I see Joe on campus every once in a while.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're doing well, Larry. But when your father called, he said that you needed some legal advice about a personal problem. You want to tell me what's going on?
It's a mess right now, Mr. Williams. I'm kind of embarrassed to talk about it, and I know my family's really upset with me. But basically, what happened is I got a girl pregnant. Her name's Nicole. We went on a couple of dates, but neither one of us was really serious about one another. Just like a college fling. But she's definitely pregnant and has decided to keep the baby.
Okay, well, have you two considered the possibility of marriage?
I know that's not what I want, and she hasn't mentioned anything about it. But right now, our parents are the ones that are kind of pushing marriage.
Okay, well, so what type of advice are you looking to get from me?
Nicole says that I need to acknowledge that I'm the father of the baby, and I'm willing to do that. It's just, I don't really know what all is involved if I do say I'm the father.
Okay, well, my first question is, are you certain that you're the biological father? I mean, is it possible that Nicole was having a sexual relationship with someone else while you and she were going out together?
I don't think so. Why?
Well, if there's any doubt that you're the biological father, you could wait until after the baby was born, and then you could establish paternity through DNA testing on the child.
I really don't think that's the case, Mr. Williams. Nicole might have made a mistake with me, but she's got a really, really good reputation. I may be fooling myself, but I believe her when she says I'm the father.
Okay. Well, then let's talk about your options. If you want to voluntarily establish paternity, it's a pretty straightforward procedure. All you'll do is sign a paternity affidavit at the hospital at the time of the birth. Someone at the hospital will then notarize the document, and you'll go on record as the father of the child. In this state, it's not enough for the mother to simply write the father's name on the birth certificate. The father must legitimate the child to the state. People's attitudes and laws have changed a lot when it comes to children of unwed parents, as have the rights of unwed fathers. Not too long ago, these children were scorned as bastards and didn't have much protection under the law. Same with what I refer to as unwed fathers. They didn't have many rights when it came to custody or visitation. But all that's changed now.
Yeah, I know. Like my cousin, she takes care of her little girl by herself. Her and the father lived together for years, but I think they split up when their little girl was like 2. I think he pays some child support, but I don't think he ever sees the little girl.
Wow. That's a shame. Now, with paternity come some rights and some responsibilities. You'll have the right to custody and visitation with the child. And if Nicole were to put the child up for adoption, she would have to have your consent before she could do so. And you can also make a claim for custody if you and your family decide that you would like to go ahead and raise the child.
Well, Nicole says that she wants to raise the baby by herself. She'll be graduating before the baby's born, and her parents have been really supportive of her decision to keep the baby. Kind of right now, I just don't know how I feel about being a father.
Sure, I understand. And you may have to wait a few months before you really know how you feel about it. But you and Nicole are going to have to discuss what your role is going to be in this child's life. If Nicole changes her mind and decides to put the baby up for adoption, you will have to have established some sort of relationship with the child in order to prevent her from doing so. But assuming she keeps the child, you'll be responsible for supporting the child financially. Now, there are child support guidelines that will determine the amount of this support.
Well, how long would I have to pay child support? because right now I'm in school and I only have a part-time job.
Well, child support usually runs until the child is 18 years old, so you're going to have to plan accordingly. Now, if Nicole marries and the father adopts a child, that would change your support obligations.
I just really didn't think about this long term. I mean, supporting a kid for 18 years? Okay, so in that case, what happens if I don't sign the acknowledgement? Like, what would happen then?
Well, Nicole could bring a suit to establish paternity, in which case the court would order you to take a DNA test. If the DNA test concluded that you were indeed the biological father, the court would then set up a visitation schedule, if you wanted one, and order you to pay child support.
I don't want to do that to Nicole or my family. I guess you're right. We all have a lot of thinking to do over the next few months.
I'm going to give you this package of information, Larry, that covers everything we've discussed today. I want you to take it home, show it to your family, and then discuss it with Nicole. Now, I realize that this is a very difficult time for everyone.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Williams. I'll be back in touch as soon as possible.
Okay, and please give my regards to your father.
Okay, will do.